Oh my gosh, hello you guys. I have a really interesting video today, just some stuff that I'm doing research with on my own body, and I want to share it because it's very not normal and radical. So here it goes. So I have been eating only fruit for 50 days, you guys. Like only fruit. And I know that sounds so limiting to some of you guys, but it's really not. I have my favorite fruits, but there are like thousands of different fruits in the world to pick from. And fruit is delicious. It's so good. Like, we flavor everything after fruit. Kids love fruit. You never have to really push somebody to eat fruit. I don't even think you can be allergic to fruit, but I might be wrong. So in this video, I'm going to tell you what I've been eating, why I'm eating this way in the first place, how I've been feeling, and some of the many benefits that I'm already noticing on an all fruit diet. So as far as what I'm eating, this is what my days tend to look like. So in the morning around 9:30, sometimes I push it until 10, I will have watermelon usually. And I eat as much as I possibly can, which right now usually looks like a quarter of the watermelon. Sometimes I'll go for a half. I used to be able to eat a whole one, and now I get like kind of sick. So I stop at least a half of a watermelon. And I know I'm done with breakfast when I just casually like walk away from the counter and I just start like doing things. So I'll start decluttering or picking up or playing with the kids or reading or just like something, because I just like get this burst of energy and then I'm just away from the food and I know I'm done. So the next meal, I actually don't get hungry again until like 1 or 1:30, to be honest. And I mean, I run in the morning, I hike up a hill, run down the hill. I work out every single morning except for Sunday. So I have a very like intense morning, and then I do like my cleaning or an outing with the kids all day, and I don't get hungry until 1:30. So with this next meal, I've been obsessed with kelp noodles. So I will grab some kelp noodles, and then put them under some really hot water to warm them up and make them like a little bit more noodly, but they're still crunchy. They're just so good. And then I will put some cocoa aminos on that with some hot sauce and like kind of like massage it in with some tongs to make it like flavorful. And then I will chop up some kale or spinach or mixed greens, or sometimes not. If I'm not craving greens, I won't, but I usually like it. So then I'll put that on like a bed of greens, and then I will chop up a bunch of tomatoes. Sometimes I'm not in the mood for tomatoes. I really listen to my body. And then one whole avocado, and then I will stir that up like crazy, and then I'll eat it with chopsticks, and it is so delicious. So if I'm out and about or hanging out with a friend or on a hike or doing something where I'm not home or I'm in a rush or I'm doing something while I'm eating, I will honestly just snack on like 1 to 2 pounds of grapes during this time. They make the perfect car snack. I literally fit them. Like, I'll put them right here, right? And then it's like French fries. It's like having French fries, and I just grab it and eat it while I'm driving. It's so easy. And that makes for the easiest car snack, like easier than fries. And you just grab it and eat it. And then about 1 pound in, I'll get full and I'm just totally satiated until the next meal. Okay, and then around 4 o'clock, sometimes 4:30, or sometimes 5 o'clock, I will get hungry for my final meal of the day. Now for this meal, honestly, there's usually some of the watermelon left out from breakfast or just random chopped fruits on the counter, and I'll just start picking at that and I'll accidentally fill up on that, and then I'm good. Or I'll have a whole pound of grapes, which I'm always craving grapes at night, so I go with that. Or like I said, more watermelon, or just anything I'm craving, honestly. Maybe I'll smash up like some guac and eat it with some cucumbers, or more kelp noodles, or like, I mean, honestly, it's just whatever I'm craving. Once in a great while, I crave a salad, some oranges sometimes. I just figured out this morning that if you slice up some watermelon and then squeeze orange juice on like each bite, I don't know why, but it just hits like a spot that I didn't know needed to be hit. Or sometimes if I want something super filling and hearty, I will like just chop up a bunch of bananas, like 3, 4, 5, like however hungry I am at the time, and just eat it with chopsticks, or a fork. The other day I was experimenting and I wanted like potato-y kind of texture. So I put a bunch of hot sauce on the bananas and it like canceled out the sweetness, and it was so satisfying. It was so delicious. My whole family looked at me like I was nuts, but I was like, don't knock it till you try it, you guys. And that is what my day looks like. It seems like it's not a lot, but it's a lot of food. Like imagine a half of a watermelon, like, okay. And then like 1 to 2 pounds of grapes, and then like a huge bowl, like literally like this big of like a salad or a kelp salad, and then like more food. Like that's a lot of food, you guys. I feel totally satisfied every single meal, every single day. After every single meal, I feel satiated. And I notice like if I eat something cooked just out of like the curiosity, even like one bite, I will feel that my body is dealing with it. And then I get like distracted and I get like slight brain fog, and I don't have like the energy. I don't like go out of my way to do things because I'm exhausted all of a sudden. It's like night and day. So the quantity of food, like how much I'm eating, is very different than the first couple weeks because I was cleansing. I was in a deep cleanse, 30 years almost of just like terrible eating, medicine, toxins, bad energy, vaccinations. All of this crap was like exiting my body, you guys. For example, like the first week I had to eat like an entire watermelon to feel satiated, and then I would feel a burning in my lungs, and nobody talks about that, but your lungs will purge old mucus out, and it stings. It literally stings. Or like after a pound of grape, I would feel like a stinging, and then I would hawk up a bunch of phlegm, like mucus, and then I'd be fine. And I would feel amazing. I would be able to take deeper breaths than I've ever been able to take in my entire life. So thankfully I got through that. I don't get that anymore, but I'm glad I didn't stop because that was super scary. And I was like, am I allergic to like fruit? And I read into it and I did some research, and I have been reading books on people eating this way and finding other humans who eat this way on YouTube to connect and be like, I'm not going to die, am I? And they're, you know, everyone's like, this is the detox symptoms, like just go with the flow. And once you're out, you are never going to feel like you're going to feel better than you have ever felt in your entire life. So anyways, at the beginning, I was eating so much because I was used to being full off of like filling food, like eggs and carbohydrates and cooked dense food, and fruit is so light and digests so quickly and is so bioavailable, nutrient dense, and it's just light but satiating and filling and like electric. It feels amazing. And right off the bat, before I forget, some of my detox symptoms, like I kind of started to eat this way last year, and then I kind of was like eating fruit until dinner and then eating a cooked meal, even some dairy, which I totally regret. I'm back to fully being vegan for the animals, and then the health is the fruit. So vegan for the animals, eating fruit-based only for my health. And I've never felt better in my entire life, except for when I was a child. And that's how I compare this feeling to, is being a child and feeling light and just everything's just okay. You remember to breathe, you look around, life's just amazing. So I've been getting like these crazy symptoms. So like the lung pain, some heart palpitations a couple of times, and apparently that's just old medicine just coming out, and then you feel amazing. I had hives one day. It was a huge physical purge of just crap coming out of my body. I'm just on the butt end of perioral dermatitis, which I stopped wearing everything on my face. I don't put anything on my face except for warm water twice a day. And I'm telling you, old crap was flaking off. And these books I'm reading, you guys, like The Mucusless Diet by Professor Ehret, I think it is, he talks about that dried mucus just coming out of your body. I lost, well, we'll get into the benefits, okay? But first, why am I eating this way? Like, why am I doing this? First and foremost, I say this all the time, but the only research that you can trust is research that you are conducting on your own body with yourself. I mean, you can read all sorts of research, all sorts of these, you know, studies, and they're legitimate studies, but they are refined to for a specific outcome, and they're regulated, and like who are the people, where do they come from, what's their background? Like there's so many questions. So the only study that you can conduct is one with your body. And so that's really where this started. So about 1.5 years ago, I started thinking about and playing around with real food and what that looked like for me. Like as a human being, a human, what could I walk out into nature and eat with the tools, only the tools that I was born with? So my teeth and my hands and my body. Like what is my species specific food? So that takes out meat, dairy, unless it comes from a human and I'm a baby, processed anything, carbohydrates, and any of the man-made straight junk, like straight garbage that we are putting into our body just so someone else can make money off of us. So after that, I was basically eating a whole foods vegan diet. And then it came to me after like a year. I'm like, why am I cooking my food? Like this food was made for me by the earth, which I came from somehow. Like it was made for me just the way that it's created. And I'm gonna go ahead and cook it and like cook the nutrients out, which has been researched. And you like, there is light in food, and when you cook it, you cook so much of that light out, so much of those nutrients, and it chemically becomes a different, and your body doesn't know how to deal with that. So then I did some deep dive research on this, you guys. And like I said, I found so many other people out there talking about this and living this way. And I found out that it was called technically the raw food living, or raw food diet, raw food living. But who cares what it's called? All names of anything are usually stigmatized. And then I started to notice that the people following this way of living weren't just surviving, they were thriving. And then just thinking for myself for the first time with food and using basic logic, I was like, okay, this is the only thing that makes sense. I'm not gonna go and call it anything. I'm just going to eat what I can go out into the earth and eat. Like the only logical thing that makes sense, if I was just dropped off here and now we have abundance with grocery stores, what would I be eating from the earth, from what the sun makes for me every single day, which is also talked about in the Bible. So like I said, for about a year, I ate only fruit until dinner time. And then I would make a dinner for my family with a huge fruit spread and a huge, beautiful, abundant salad or vegetable spread as well. So we would eat the fruit and the veggies first and then indulge in the cooked meal to, I don't know, feel normal or like part of society or like something. I don't know. It just felt like I had to for my family. This was fine and fun and beautiful until I started to notice I felt amazing all day, you guys, until my evening dinner. Oh my gosh, it's like freaking hailing out right now. Look at that. Anyways, like all day I was thriving until my cooked dinner. Now at first I hardly noticed because after dinner is bedtime. But right after dinner, I would get like crabby with my kids, like groggy, like too groggy to even clean up from dinner. And then when my alarm went off in the morning for my morning workout, I would be so tired and like drained, and it was morning. My sleep also wasn't the best. I was waking up at 3 a.m. every single day. I feel like it was like a blood sugar spike situation. And then the worst part, I would have to like re-cleanse myself with the fruit I was having for my breakfast, and it like hurt. Like I would have to cleanse all day with my fruit, and then I would eat a cooked meal, and then in the morning I would have like a stingy, terrible cleanse for like 15 minutes, like lay on the couch like, oh my god, I feel like crap. And then I would hawk up a bunch of phlegm and then like take a poo and feel better than I had ever felt in my life. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is like on a rotation. This is very cyclical. So last year, a couple of times I sampled out what would happen if I only ate fruit today. So the most I did was actually like 1 to 4 days in a row before this year. Because although I felt amazing during those 1 to 4 days each time that I took the cleanse, cooked dinners are so comforting and socially normal, and that's just where your brain goes. It's dinner time, so we need to like put on this whole spread and it needs to be cooked. It's so cultural and it's so addicting. So I just did it out of addiction 100%. I had no idea how addicted I was to food. Like along this journey, I actually would hear people say like, oh, food addiction, like you have to overcome that. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. Like, she's crazy. Until I started experimenting this way with my own body in my own life, doing my own actual research, trial and error. So fast forward, after going back and forth for about a year, I made a commitment at the end of last year, at the end of 2025, to only eat fruit. I simply decided, I wrote down my why, and it was a strong why, and I just started to do it, both through the holidays and the new year. Only fruit. And the results were shocking. So in my research with other people talking about this, I've heard so many people's, benefits and detox and blah, 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 but my results even shocked me. Like, I could tell you all day about mine, but until you feel the benefits for yourself, who cares? But in case you're wondering, I'm still gonna tell you mine. So right off the bat, a few days in, my body actually stopped craving coffee. So instead of my normal like 3 to 4 cups a day, which was habit to me and totally normal, I was actually down to a half a cup in the morning because I couldn't finish a whole cup. Like, it wasn't gross to me. I just like stopped wanting to drink it. And then it was time for my workout. Like I wasn't even trying to quit coffee. I tried that in the past when I first went, raw vegan. I was like, I have to quit coffee, but it ruined my whole life. And I was like, I'm gonna eat fruit and drink coffee and whatever. So I wasn't trying to do this. I very much enjoy my morning frothy coffee. We have an espresso machine. It's amazing. So this just happened without me trying at all. Another thing, my brain fog totally disappeared. My energy was out of this world and still is today. Like right now it's like 7 o'clock and I had dinner, 2 hours ago, and I feel electric. Like my energy, I feel like I've had like 30 cups of coffee without the anxiety. Immediately I was happy and light, just so happy, just like looking at my food and watching the sun, shine on it and give it color. Just like, this is amazing. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful that the sun made this for me. Like, how absolutely incredible. Like, look at this fruit. Oh my gosh, it's made for me, All of a sudden everything was just okay. It's like my anxiety was just pushed to the side. Like sitting at a stop sign in traffic, just like, everything's just okay. Everything's just fine. I was sleeping amazingly and less. I was sleeping 1 hour less every single night. So that's like 7 extra hours per week that I get to exist. Since I started only eating fruit, my workouts have been better than ever, easier than ever. I've been increasing the reps and sets, so I've been getting stronger. And I actually, since I started eating this way, I have doubled my workouts. I was doing 4 days out of the week, so core, glutes, arms and back, legs, okay? And then I would take off one of the days, like Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now I do that times 2. So I get most of my body in twice a week, and then one thing once, and it alternates because 6 times a week. So I'm working out Monday through Saturday effortlessly, taking Sunday as a rest day and picking right back up on Monday. I am like seeing results that I feel like I was just at like a stagnant, just like I plateaued with my workout, and I was just like, ugh. So I doubled my workout and I'm seeing results, and I'm only eating fruit. Like, I'm seeing muscle build, and my arms and my core get toned, my legs, my glutes, everything. I feel so hot, you guys. I literally lost 10 pounds of pure waste in the first month, if not less. I was like pooping so much. It wasn't like sick poop. It was just like a big snake, and it would just come out and you would just feel this like crazy release. I just had stored up waste in my intestines, in my gut. It was crazy. Like, I lost 10 pounds of waste that was just chilling in my gut. So instantly I could see the muscles in my you know, my abs a little bit better. They were more defined because the waist was gone, the bloat was gone. My body was just eating stuff that I could handle, my body could handle. Another thing, every single morning I wake up and I look in the mirror and I feel beautiful. And the past couple years I've been feeling like old and groggy and like, oh, I'm getting bloated, oh, I'm gaining weight. Like, I feel so good in the morning, every single morning now, eating only fruits. Like, I feel vibrant. I feel like I'm aging almost backwards, but like slightly, in like a healthy, fun way. My body's just cleansing and I feel it so deeply. My runs are faster. I can be a better mother and a better wife because I have the like mental clarity and the space to just give love and patience and kindness and breathing correctly. My meditations are deeper and seamless. I feel so much more creative and like so connected to like God, the source, the sun, like whatever our creator is. I just feel so connected. Like I'm just getting these signals and then creating with that information. I'm now living moment to moment in utter gratitude. And I thought I was really good with that before, but it's even more so now with the living moment to moment, because I have anxiety. Like, I feel anxiety and it's just like pushed to the side. Like I said, I just feel so happy. Like I said, little kid happy. Like I'm just singing and dancing all day. It's just, life is fun again almost. And if I eat a little bit of cooked food, I notice immediately. Things don't bother me. My plans for the future and my future goals are just easy and clear to journal out and look forward to. Everything's just like makes sense. Like I can just see it all. My skin, my nails, my hair are healthier than they've ever been. My hair is growing so quickly. I used to be a person who bruised all the time. I don't really bruise anymore. My reflexes are like an 11 out of 10 randomly. Like, just in art class, there was like a boy who threw a ball and I like caught it and I was like, I have no idea how I caught that. And like the boys were like, oh my gosh, that was awesome. Like my reflexes are just great out of nowhere. And that's all I can think of. I mean, there's probably so many things that I'm forgetting and I'll maybe do an update on this, or if you have any questions, but like, that's a lot of shit to get better in your life in 50 days, you guys. But needless to say, I feel amazing. And what started out as a simple like test period, like personal research on my own self, may very well be my new way of just living. I mean, if I'm feeling this good, there's no possible way I can go back to not feeling this good, and I can always alter it if I need some sort of mineral or vitamin or something that I'm not getting with the fruit. But there are people who've been living on only fruit for like 30 years and they look like 30 years younger than their age. They're thriving, they're glowing, they look amazing, they feel amazing, they're doing amazing things in the world. And I will be honest, over this course, so like the majority of my calories, like almost all of the days, have been only fruit. And then a little bit of greens for lunch, only sometimes, only if I'm craving it. And then there have been like 3 or 4 days where I had like a couple bites of quinoa with my kids with some hot sauce, just out of straight food addiction. And I noticed right away, and my body had to cleanse, so mucousy, so much phlegm for my walk and my run in the morning. It was gross. And I was like, this makes no sense. I'm eating this cooked food that I cooked the nutrients out of, so that way in the morning, my body has to, one, say, WTF, would you just put in, like, what is this? There's no nutrients in this. So let me work harder to get it out of you. And now you're slower on your walk. You're slower. You're like bogged down trying to get this crap out, which didn't give you nutrients in the first place. It's like my body was pissed. So I was like, this makes no sense at all to be eating this cooked food. But those couple days of eating the quinoa, I would notice right away, I would get aches in my joints. I would need a whole hour more of sleep. Like I said, I would get sniffly, like my body was trying to get rid of it. And I would get groggy and cranky. And when I logically think about this, you guys, this simply just makes sense. I'm feeling the benefits and I'm feeling so amazing because it's my birthright, because this is how humans were designed to eat. These big, beautiful trees made by the sun, or our creator, just make us this big, beautiful, juicy fruit. And we can see all the colors of the fruit. We're the only species that has the ability to see this many colors, you know? Look at the palm of our hand. That's about the size of a piece of fruit. And you just grab it off the tree. Like, thank you so much. It's right there, right where you can grab it. We simply walk up, or a berry bush, and eat as much as we want. We are full, we carry on. It just makes so much logical sense. And then we pull out the seeds or pick them out and throw them, and a new tree is made by nature. I mean, come on, this, like, there's no plastic involved. There's no like factories. There's no need for anything. If we could just educate everybody on like making new fruit trees and fruit bushes and learning how to like harvest them and keep the trees healthy as a community. I mean, oh my God, how beautiful would the world be? We are also the only species with opposable thumbs to like rip into the fruit and grab the fruit. Like, we have the herbivore jawline, which chews side to side when you eat, not up and down like all carnivores. Fingers designed to peel the fruit. It tastes amazing to us. Like, we salivate. Like, fruit always sounds so good. We love fruit so much. Like I said at the beginning, we design most of the other things that we eat after fruit, like fruit flavored candy, fruit flavored drinks, burgers and sandwiches the size of a piece of fruit that we would bite into just like fruit. That is our nature. It's almost like we know what we want, you know, and we're just like designing everything after the thing that we're supposed to be eating instead of just grabbing it off the tree and eating it. It's not our fault. We've just been taught to eat everything else. Like, we've just been taught to eat the wrong stuff, you guys. That's what I think. This way of eating is so simple and simply makes sense. This is also the only food, you guys, that our bodies don't have to break down into amino acids to then build into the proteins that we need to build muscle mass. Fruit actually has an abundance of amino acids that we can easily create protein with, and it is totally and abundantly bioavailable to us in our bodies. But anyways, as I always say, definitely do your research and have fun indulging in other people's researches and other people's kind of like test periods with their own body and what everybody has to say about the thing that you're interested in. But at the end of it all, please, 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 you guys, remember to think for yourself and remember to use logic. Like, take away everything that you know right now that you've been fed throughout the decades that you've been alive. What do you think is right? Using logic and your own opinions of whatever we're talking about here. For us, it's the food industry, like what we're putting into our bodies, what food is. Like, use logic. What logically makes sense here? If I eat this way, who's making money off of me? If I'm eating, you know, just fruit, not many people are making money off of me. I'm just kind of eating the way I was designed to eat. There's no environmental issue for the most part because there's not a lot of plastic in fruit depending on what you do. And if it has plastic, you can recycle it or reuse it. Why would I have come into the world just like the rest of the animals in existence without the food somewhere ready and available for me to eat with just what I came into this world owning, which are fingers, the teeth I have, the body, the hands, the arms. And just remember, you guys, the only research that you will ever be able to do for real is on your body with your own life. That's the end of the story. Like, that is it. You can listen to other people, but at this point in time with the AI and this, that, and the other, you have no freaking idea what's real and what's fake and who you can trust. So please be careful. So if you're interested in this crazy way of living, which isn't as crazy as you think, try it out. See what you think. Thanks, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. This was a fun video to make and it's holding me accountable. I wanted to make this video for a while and I think I'm on like day 53 or something at this point. So I will have an update, but that is my real life situation right now that I'm thriving with. All right, guys, see you in the next video.